Welcome to the Don and Gino Show and the National Real Estate Cafe. And we're stoked to be with you because we got headline news. This is important stuff for anybody trying to figure out what to do about their mortgage during the coronavirus and forbearance.
Yeah. Forbearance. So far during this crisis, forbearance has been a four-letter word for us, Don. Being in the mortgage industry, the government needed to act, and they needed to act swiftly. But that doesn't mean they didn't think about what everything meant and how things were going to play out. So it's nice that today we got a little bit of an answer. We get some answers little by little, and today we got a little more clarity.
So Fannie Freddie, which is who we're waiting for to figure out, which is basically the head of FHFA, and you've heard us kind of banging a little bit on Mark Calabria, saying he needed to take action because it was affecting all of us. It was affecting our industry on what do we do with all these forbearances, because they said, don't worry, you won't be kicked out of your home, but there was no plan in the background. And finally, Calabria answered with his answer to what do we do with the forbearance and how does it look for borrowers, other than, don't worry, it's not going to affect you. But it has been, hasn't it, Dino?
It has. It absolutely has. I got to tell you that it won't hurt your credit wasn't really a fair statement.
Nope.
It actually didn't hurt your credit score, but it did hurt your ability to get credit. I consider that hurting your credit.
Absolutely. And then they also didn't give there was no clarification on what that meant. What was the, forbearance meant? First they're like, well, you're going to have to pay it back. Well, you have to pay it back within a year? Do you have to pay it back over time, or is it tacked on the end of the loan, which we knew that's not really a forbearance. But basically we knew there was be some kind of modification. We didn't know how that looked, and they gave us some clarification today.
Yeah, so basically what they said is most of the initial forbearances were a request for 3 months. It's also very easy to get that extended to 6 months, and now you can ask for an additional 6 months, so you can defer up to 12 months. And even though that was said initially, it wasn't super clear what would happen after the end of that period, after the end of 3, after the end of 6, or after the end of 12. Now it's pretty much crystal clear that you can push this to the end of the loan, and you don't necessarily have to have a formal loan modification, and that's good news.
Yeah, I mean, it isn't basically what they thought was going to be tacked on the end of the loan, so your 360 month loan becomes 362 or 367, but that's not the way it works. It's actually going to be a balloon payment at the end of the loan, or when you pay off the loan, you're going to have to pay off that amount that was deferred. And that's actually a really COVID-19 payment deferral program.
Yeah, that's a really good point, Don, that you are going to have to pay it off when you refinance or when you sell. So that's definitely something. Remember, this is not forgiveness, it's forbearance. And so that just means you're going to delay these payments until a later date. One of the things
begins July 1st, correct?
Correct, and that's because it seems like that would be the mark where the third month ends at the end of June. You could have missed April, May, and March, April, and May payments. And so June 1st, you could say, okay, I'm done with my forbearance. I took my 3 months. Now I'm going to continue paying off till a later date.
That was a key point, is that to be eligible, you must have been current or less than 31 days delinquent as of March 1st, which was the effective date of the emergency declaration, or basically the start of the CARES Act, which is the Corona Aid Relief Economic Security Act. Just so you're wondering what that really means.
Good for you, Don.
I wasn't sure what it meant till now. I'm like, that's what it means.
Well, the other thing that's important to note, though, that if you did take a forbearance and you missed a payment, let's say you did not make your April payment, or you did not make your March payment, or you did not make your May payment, you will have to wait 12 months to be able to refinance or purchase a new home. And that hadn't been really clarified up until now. I put a giant asterisk by that because that got people up in arms. And I got a feeling they're going to have to soften on that. But for the moment, that is the policy guidance. If you miss the payment, you're going to have to wait 12 months after you get current.
All right. So again, be careful. If you and they basically even the FHFA said if you can make your payment, make your payment. This
Yeah,
is
100%.
to help you if you can't make your payment, and that's what it's there for. So don't just think you're going to get a free ride by not making your payment because they're enabling you to. It could affect you and probably will affect you. So make sure. I mean, it's just best to make your payment if you can make your payment. Bottom line.
Let me just give you some really quick dirty math, Don. Let's just say, for argument's sake, you skip 3 payments and they're $3,000 a month. That's $9,000. What a shame that would be if interest rates went to 2.75% at some point in the next 12 months, and you can't refinance because you wanted to save $9,000 today. It's going to cost you tens, 20s, to hundreds of thousands of dollars over 30 years if possible. So, if you need it, take it. If you don't need it, be there for those who need it.
All right, so you heard it right here on the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show, the National Real Estate Cafe, which you can always find out more by going to donandgino.com. Click and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You get these available all the time. Go through them. There's some great information. We're trying to update you on a regular basis what's really happening in the real estate and financial world. No political spins, just great information. You can also get these sent to you right to your phone, no spam, by texting NREC to the number 58885. Thank you for being part of our show. We'll keep you up to date.